Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to Sandy Bottom Homestead. It's another very dry, very warm, beautiful day in the coastal North Carolina. And I want to just take some time and show you everything that we've got going on in the garden. It's been a little while, and I like to do these kind of towards the end of a season, and we're getting there, and I got some stuff that's kind of cropped up, so it's going to work out really good. The garden is in half transition mode. So there's a lot going on, and we're going to be harvesting even more soon, so that's really good news. But I think we're just going to start in the back corner, and then we're just going to work our way all the way around all 11 beds. The first one is going to be our pepper bed this year. We've got multiple peppers in here. I've got peach peppers, lemon peppers, mango peppers. I've got a solid row of bell peppers, and even my jalapenos are in here somewheres. Now the thing is, I kind of forgot where everything is, so that's always fun. But like, here's the peach peppers growing, so you can see we're starting to get them. And I haven't tried one yet. Let's try one to see how hot it is. So every year when I grow a hot pepper, the first one I pick, I always try. And I'm going to share that with you this year. One, I want to see how hot it is so I can prepare my family if they're going to eat any. But this should be a peach pepper. Oh boy. It legit tastes like peaches, but man, she's spicy. One more bite. Yep. So we'll be making hot sauce with this. Boy, it's hot. Just so you know, when you grow hot peppers at home, they're hotter than they are at the store because we don't water as much, and so it causes a stress reaction, which makes them even hotter. So like your jalapenos and stuff, they're always gonna be hotter when you grow them. And man, that lives up to the hype. So here's our squash bed. I know you've seen a bunch of it, but the one new development is, boom, our Desi squash are just about ready. So we're super excited about that. Because it's been so dry, we have been able to treat, and then our cucumbers are bringing in another pest. So we're gonna need to treat again, but our cucumbers are in the back here. We'll get to those. And we have been, look, do you see that? That's the squash vine borer moth. There it is. Ladies and gentlemen, you just witnessed it live. There he is again. Going in there, if I can get my hands on him. See, look. See it going for the yellow flowers? Uh-oh. Egg laid. There it is. You see that right there? That's where it's going to lay the egg. What can I say? You saw it live here. Today's date is June 3rd, and it is 11:30 in the morning, and we have a squash vine borer in the garden laying eggs on the squash. There it is. I've been telling you guys. Anyways, cucumbers are doing well. I saw the resemblance of a cucumber yesterday somewhere. It's hard to tell. It is not hard to tell that we have a squash vine borer egg on the cucumber, which is sad, but I don't think that really matters. Somewhere on here there is one, so they're doing good. Our green beans are coming up. It is almost Japanese beetle season, so we will be spraying these as well very shortly. In my experience, the Japanese beetles do not start to really hit these until they reach the top, and then they like to hang out up top where you can't reach them. So we're gonna try and stay ahead of them. I've been seeing a couple in other places, so they will be around, but we will be treating. These are Ace Bush 55 tomatoes, and you know what? They live up to their name. They are way more bushier than I thought, but they also have good sized tomatoes, which is exactly what we were looking for. So we're extremely happy about that. Matter of fact, they're so bushy that I just kind of decided that I wasn't really going to concern myself with trimming them at all, because I just feel like I can't fight nature. I can't fight the path that it's going to take. So we're just going to let it be. I mean, what can you do? We came out here recently and planted our black-eyed peas. You can see we've got some seedlings here and seedlings there. These need to come out, so we'll be pulling these up. These are coming out next week, and then we're going to put another round of black-eyed peas in the back right here. We've got our Seminole pumpkins that we're training up. They're really once they start reaching like this, then it's on. They don't naturally climb, I found. So what I do is yesterday I actually started winding them, so I wait till they get about that long, and since yesterday it grew from here to here. They grow really fast, so I will just do that. And what I'm planning to do for these, since we're putting our black-eyed peas back here, we need the sun. I'm only going to allow these to grow till about right here, and then I'm just going to let them go that way. That's the plan. This is our solstice corn, which is doing well now. We had to reseed, so we definitely had to reseed. We didn't have enough to where we could just make it work. It's been so dry that I'm having to come out and like individually hill these like this just to give them some more structure. So we're doing that as well. But you can see, is this one? Yeah. So we've reseeded, and we had so many skips this year that we just reseeded the rest of the bed because there was just not enough to really let it grow the way it was. Just gonna let it do its thing. So the bigger ones are about 2 weeks old, and then the little ones are a week old in about a week. And we're gonna harvest this garlic and weed this bed. And what we're doing for the garlic, well, I see some that have started laying down, is we were waiting for them to show us some separation, which we're starting to get. And that just means where the bulbs, you know, the cloves are separating from the bulb, so you can break them off. So we're just letting those finish out. They should be this week. And then we're gonna have to weed this whole bed, shouldn't take long, rebury the lines, and we're gonna put our popcorn in this bed. So I did a little bit of research. Like I said, corn is what I'm focusing on this year for the summer. This is something that I really just kind of want to just grow. And when you grow multiple varieties, they need to be seeded 14 days apart so they don't cross-pollinate. So this way, this will be going, and then we can get this one, and then we can have them going. So if you cross-pollinate them now, then they will not be, they'll give you a funky corn, where it's like tomatoes and stuff. If you cross-pollinate them, you don't find out until the next year if you save the seed. So we don't want to do that. This is our potato bed. We've got some buckwheat seeds coming. We're going to plant those and just cover crop this for the rest of the season until I think about August. And what we'll do is we'll let the buckwheat flower, let the bees enjoy it, then we'll cut it, drop it right in the garden, green manure it, turn it back over, and then we're going to put our Brussels sprouts in this bed. And we come over here, so we've got our sweet potatoes, which are doing fairly well. Looks like something's trying to get into my bed, which is okay. So we've got plenty of plants in here. They're just doing their thing. What we need to do is come out. We're right about time to give it another feeding, which would be the final feeding of the year. And then we will put the mulch down just to help retain the water, because we're not going to water this bed as much. Once they get up and going and they start coming out of the bed, we're going to leave them. If you water your sweet potatoes too much, you end up getting dry flesh in your sweet potatoes. And we've done that for a couple of years. So this year we're just kind of testing out less watering and really just watering when we really need to. We reseeded this bed with more zucchini. So you can see they're starting to pop up. And we also put some watermelons in here. So we're just letting those go. These are our other bed of tomatoes. Now this bed gets less sun, so we're not expecting a whole lot, but we're still getting tomatoes. So this front row, which we did the Florida weave with, is the Heinz 57 tomatoes. And then these in the back are the red snappers. And you can see, like, this plant just gets shaded out, so it's not gonna do a whole lot. But we're gonna get some pretty good slicers, which is what we wanted. That was our goal for this year. So we're gonna hit those pretty good. This bed over here has 2 cantaloupes, and I believe that's a honey nut squash. I believe. At this point, we're gonna have to go off of faith. And then over here is our carrots. So we've got our winter carrots, which are taking forever. Let's see. Well, yep, just as I suspected. I knew this would happen with this bed, but that's okay. So this bed has been compacted, so we're gonna get some funky looking carrots. Nevertheless, we're gonna get carrots. And typically, so the back row are winter carrots and the front row are spring carrots. And we typically would harvest those right around the middle to end of July. So we're right on schedule. I don't know why I got a spider web all wrapped up in my leg. Feels weird. I don't know why it's being slow, but I don't care. What does it matter to me if one row empties and the other one doesn't? But these carrots right here, if you've never grown a carrot, you should definitely grow them. And the rule is, you pull it out, wipe the dirt off of it, and just go ahead and gritty but sweet. I mean, if we didn't eat candy bars and drink sodas and stuff, this would legit be candy. It's crazy when you think about it. The greenhouse is done for the year. We're just gonna clear it out at some point and then move on. You can see where our tomato hornworm started and just ate everything. And to be exact, here he is. Get this guy off. There you go. So there's your tomato hornworm. I gotta get out of this greenhouse, but that is my preferred method for removing them. As gross as it is, it's gotta go. And just pulling them off by hand and getting rid of them works every time. So yeah, the garden is going very well. It is, you know, we're transitioning for the final time into a summer garden. And then after that, we're gonna be starting seed soon. So, you know, I started the year off talking about planting earlier, and I'm gonna finish it off talking about planting earlier. So get ready, here we go.